I am Dr. Shambhavi Singh, Editorial Fellow, Journal of Immunotherapy and Precision Oncology. Today, I'm here to interview Dr. Jyoti Bajpai on the JIPO collaborative efforts with the leading Oncology Society of India, Immuno-Oncology Society, for the year 2023. She's a professor, Medical Oncology, Tata Memorial Center, Mumbai, India, ESMO Faculty of Investigational Immunotherapy, Founder, General Secretary, Immuno-Oncology Society of India, SITC Global Access and Impact Committee member, Women for Oncology Core Committee member ESMO, Chair for SARC and India. Hello, Dr. Bajpai. Thank you for being with us here today, and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
So extreme pleasure and privilege, Shambhavi, and I'm so glad that we are meeting again on this virtual space to talk about this collaboration. Thank you.
Yes. So I would like to have a discussion with you regarding the collaborative efforts under your leadership and the leadership of Dr. Ong Niang, who's the JIPO editor-in-chief. And also, we would like to discuss regarding the vision of Immuno-Oncology Society of India. So going forward with the first question, if you could enlighten us about the vision of Immuno-Oncology Society of India and what are the challenges that we face in terms of immuno-oncology cancers and rare cancers?
So thank you very much. Indeed, a great question, I would say, and very, very relevant. So Immuno-Oncology Society was, conceived with the vision of bringing all the scientists and clinicians who are working in immuno-oncology field together on one stage for increasing awareness about immuno-oncology in country, also, increasing education and in turn to increase the access of immuno-oncology drugs in India for our patients by getting more collaborative efforts, bringing more trials, etc. So this is the broader vision, and I'm glad that we are able to work on these lines. We are doing regular educational symposiums, congresses, and our annual congresses are attended by world leaders in the field, and everybody was so much supportive, right from, if I'll say, our Nobel laureate Dr. Ellison, Dr. Honzo, and many great speakers from USA, Europe, Asian countries, national leaders. So everybody supported us in this endeavor, and we are able to regularly do these activities. About the collaborative efforts, I'm so much excited. So I would say that Ong Niang is a very dear colleague and friend, and he was our faculty as well for Immuno-Oncology Society of India meetings, and he's a great supporter right from the beginning. He's a member as well for I-OSI. So since this journal is dedicated for immuno-oncology and precision care, I think this collaboration with the Immuno-Oncology Society of India would be great as far as both sides are concerned, and because the journal has a wide readership. If Immuno-Oncology Society members will be able to publish their data, their original work, their review articles, etc. to this journal, it will increase the reach of these authors, investigators to masses from both sides of the Atlantic, I would say, and also for JIPO to get more access to more reach in these countries, Asia. It would be a win-win situation, and I think everybody would be benefited with this. So super excited to have this collaborative effort.
It's an exciting opportunity for our experts in immuno-oncology. Enlighten us about the highlights of the recent I-OSI conference that was held in January this year.
This was the 4th annual Congress, and I'm so glad that, each year we are getting very good attendance from countrywide. So all the oncologists, immunologists, scientists, clinicians, trainees and fellows from India as well as from neighboring countries, they are visiting us either in person or on a virtual platform to learn, to have a mutual learning and hand-holding. So these efforts are getting concentrated and enhanced. And also, again, I would say that this year also we have 12 international faculties who have joined from across the globe. and enhance the knowledge, the awareness, the collaborative efforts. I would like to have a special mention about this year's special effort about SIDSI I-OSI joint symposium, wherein the lead faculty from SIDSI and I-OSI, they joined hands and they did two symposiums. One is in toxicity, which is one of the very important aspect, because when these drugs are doing wonders, there are downside of it also. So how to best manage these side effects were discussed from the world leaders, and what are the practical challenges in this part of the world and how to mitigate them. So this was one of the highlight and very well perceived thing. Apart from this, we have also discussed in the SIDSI I-OSI symposium biomarkers, because that is also one of the area which is very challenging. So these two symposia which were jointly done between SIDSI and I-OSI were the highlights. And apart from that, we had orations from Dr. Lisa Butterfield, who is another, who's past president from SIDSI and current lead from Parkers Institute. And she's also a woman leader who's doing a lot of work in women for oncology. So she delivered one of the oration cancer vaccines, and another by Solange Peters, who's ESMO president and great immuno-oncologist and doing path-breaking research in the area, as well as, again, I am so glad to say that she is also one of the woman leader who is taking this Women for Oncology mission forward. So I'm super happy that this year's I-OSI Congress, the two orators were two lead women across the globe, and they were the torch bearers, and they showed the path to entire country and many others who were the attendees. Apart from that, there were many other lead faculties. They have their vision, and with that, people were really got to know many advances, cutting edge evidence what is happening in immuno-oncology field. Sorry, I skipped the first question about the challenges of immuno-oncology and rare cancers. So I would take with this question only. So, as you know, that India is still a low middle income country, and the countries like India and several others, nearby countries in SAARC nations or other Asian part or Africa, there are peculiar challenges of access. We have done a study in melanoma, which is considered rare in this part of the world, and we found that only 10% of the eligible population could actually afford. This is an observation in several other studies also conducted in this part of the world. So access to these immuno-oncology and other expensive drugs, which are the standard of care for many cancers, really concern, and we need to work on and get to know some innovative ideas, some innovative scheduling, etc. To note, we have from Immuno-Oncology Society of India, we have conducted the first study wherein because in practically people are using short course immunotherapy rather than the standard 2-year course, and also this is not a fixed schedule. Also, it is many times depending on the patient's response, patient's disease status, and several other factors, logistic challenges, it is being decided. So our real world scenario, we carried out this study, and in 1,000+ patients from 13 leading centers in India, we found that with this short abbreviated course, also we could found the survival statistics, which is comparable to what is being seen in standard of care regimens. Also to note, another study from India, which has used low dose immunotherapy in a randomized fashion, also has shown equivalent results and improvement. So I think these innovative scheduling, innovative either you can cut down the cycle numbers or dose or both, and using very intelligently some combinations with either chemo or radiation or other things, we can perhaps increase access practically to many patients, because ultimately every patient has a right to receive the best of the care, and it is mainly the sustainable care for all model. So this I would like to highlight about the rare cancers, which is very close to my heart. And I would say that not a lot of progress has been happened in this field, and a lot to be done. I'm glad that at present many people, societies, international and national, they're now aware about these forgotten cancers, and a lot of efforts are being put from both, again, US and Europe. ESMO has also taken ESMO and Asia collaborative efforts for rare cancers, and I think these things are largely needed, these collaborative efforts, because by being a virtue of being rare, doing randomized trials is very difficult in such cancers. So a good quality prospective and retrospective study, collaborative efforts also are very, very meaningful. Perhaps we need to also define a different level of evidence for rare cancers, because every time it is not possible to enroll so many patients in randomized fashion for generating such evidence, and people should not be devoid of good care and good drugs in these rare cancers. That's what I strongly feel.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bajpai, for your efforts in advancing the clinical practice in immuno-oncology and precision oncology. And I think I-OSI conference was bringing about great minds together for open discussions. And I would very much look forward to the exciting opportunity with all our viewers for the JIPO I-OSI collaborative efforts, which would advance the publication of accurate evidence-based management for precision oncology and immunotherapy. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shambhavi.